Alrighty guys, welcome on in to the Autographics shop. We're gonna take you on a behind the scenes tour today, but first we have to go through the showroom. The showroom's where you as a customer will probably spend 95% of your time. Most of the time the customers don't end up going back out to the shop, but obviously up here is where you're gonna spend a lot of your time. So we've got everything from tonneau cover displays, wheels and tires. We've got a decked display, a Catskins leather display. We've got some step boards. We even have a fancy new bumper display that we just built not too long ago. You may recognize a couple of these rooms because back in the past, we've done some videos back here. One of those rooms is this room here that we may turn into a podcast studio for you guys. But leave in the comments down below what you want to see from us for more long form content. As we move this way, we have more offices and then our brand new wrapped wall for ceramic coatings and all of our other placards for clear bra, plain packages, and some more wheels just as well. As we move this way, we get up to the front desk where you'll see myself, Mark, Justin, and Nate, who can always help you. This first bay is a super busy bay for our shop. It's where we do all of the interlocks that you see coming in and out, so we always have traffic in and out of this first bay. We also keep cars in here overnight sometimes for customers, and all of our drivers are behind this door over here, which we'll get to next. This bay usually has anywhere from 30 to 50 cars coming through it in a day, depending on what that schedule looks like and what we have from the night before. This right here is what we call our dispatch bay. We also have our interlock guy, Chris, that sits back here with us. Normally you would see anywhere from 7 to 10 drivers back here. Most people don't know this, but we do plain packages and a lot of other products for the dealerships here in Omaha, and one of the services that we provide is being able to pick up and drop off those vehicles for them. So most of the time you would see drivers coming in and out, but obviously they're all on a run right now. As we exit the driver's bay, we go into our little inventory area. We don't have a huge inventory because a lot of the stuff that we get, we can have in a day, and most of these vehicles have 17 to 20 different variations of each vehicle that they have. As we walk through here, you can see there's products like Weston step boards, tonneau covers from Truxedo, and a couple other different brands. And then as we get around the other side here, we share our location with the Janovich Auto Sales team, which you might see their vehicles on the side of our lot. They share some of this area with us as well. As we move around the corner, we walk into our powder coat bay. Now it's pretty loud in here, so I might sound like I'm screaming into the microphone, but I want to make sure that you can hear me. On my right side, you'll see our sandblasting booth. This is where the guys will go through and get all the little contaminants off of the wheels before we go through and spray them and then powder them and put them into the oven. As we work our way around, our oven is right here. That's where all the magic happens that you've seen in videos past. We also have our 2 tire machines and balancers back there, and we've got our spray booth right here next to me. I do also have a flex bay over here that gives me the ability to do extra vehicles and have a space for the guys to do sweet vehicles like this Challenger that we can have inside and not have to worry about sitting on gunnies outside. These 4 bays right here are what we call our accessory bays. We do everything from lift kits, wheels and tires to tonneau covers, step boards, and everything in between. Obviously, we've got an alignment rack here behind us that we do a lot of our step boards on and alignments. We do, on our 2 posts, we do lift kits, wheels and tires, and a little bit of everything accessory-wise. We do have a flex bay here that we use to house, obviously, our AC machines, and then if we have bigger products that come in. As you can see, the 4Runner, this is a sneak peek of the 4Runner, is here because it's getting the rack and the front bumper installed as it's here. So you may see that before we put out the video for the new update, or you may not. And then behind me here is what we call a flex bay. As you can see, we have one of our dear customers, campers here, but we do everything from camper graphics like this to trailer graphics on semis. And then sometimes we just have powder coat extra vehicles that sit in this bay as well. It could be a little bit of everything. Other than that, we'll move on to the next bay. One of the things that you may not know about us here at Autographics is that we work in conjunction with most of the dealerships here in Omaha. One of the things that we do for them is what we call a plan package. That's going to consist of a paint protection, interior protection, rust proof, and an undercoat. As you can see here, we've done a ton of them today, and our guys work through anywhere from 6 to 10 and sometimes more in a day. Those packages are all gonna have 7-year warranties, and most of the time the dealer will sell you on that as you buy your new vehicle. So most of you probably know us without even knowing that you know us. Alrighty guys, so this is what we call the cave. The cave is where we house all of our tint and clear bra film. We also house all of the extra electronic parts for remote starts and T-harnesses and things like that. Most of these chemicals that you see to the right of you is going to be for our plan packages that we do for the dealerships. That's going to consist of like your interior protection, your exterior protection, and then your rust and undercoat. So a lot of that's here, except for obviously the undercoat's back in its own bay, which we'll see in just a second. We do keep a lot of our Catskins kits, so leather kits down on the bottom. We keep most of our detailing products in the middle here, and then just a lot of other odds and ends. I know we have a few cruise controls that we've been keeping here for a while, but this is kind of where all the magic comes from, is in the cave for us. Alrighty guys, we are in the electronic bay. This is my main man, Victor, in Larry's bay. Victor is actually one of our shop managers here. You might see him running around through the video here or there, because he does a lot for us. He definitely keeps the ball turning, or the days moving along here at Autographics. So in this bay we do a lot of different things. You can obviously see there's a ton of wires and different things up on the shelves. We do remote starts, we do audio systems if we need to, head units for the dealerships. We do a little bit of everything. We do drop down DVDs if that's something that you're looking for. We do headrest DVDs, because I know that's a big thing, especially for Yukons and GMCs at this point in age. The other thing that we do a lot of is we do a lot of heated seats. We do some cooled seats. And then these guys also help us with most of our leather packages as well. So you'll see them kind of working through the 3 bays that are right here. I know that we will probably go there soon, but the leather bay is the next one that we'll go to, and they do a lot of that stuff as well. So you can see we've got a Sahara here. I can't remember exactly what we're doing to it today, but it's here doing some electronic stuff for us. So yeah. Alrighty guys, so as we move out of the electronic bay, we're gonna go towards the leather bay. The leather bay does all of our Catskins leather, and you may not know this little tidbit, all of the Mopar vehicles actually already have Catskins in them. So all of the Sahara Wranglers that you see, every vehicle like that is going to already have Catskins in it. It's a Mopar product that they have, but the Catskins themselves is a completely different company. So if you're thinking about getting it, or you're on the fence, this one's actually just been finished not too long ago. It looks sweet. You can do diamond stitching, you can do, you know, different colored wings, piping, contrast stitching. There's a lot of options. Come on up and see one of us at the front. We can sure go through it with you, and definitely spruce your vehicle up. This bay is also used for odds and ends, jobs that, you know, we don't normally have. Obviously, as you can see here, we've got, it looks like a window from Anderson, so we're probably doing some commercial film, which is something that we also do. We do some blackout film and a couple other things as well. And then usually we would have a car here, but we don't right now because we just finished the leather. Sometimes people will bring us their vehicles, we'll take the seats out, and then we will go through and do them. You might be looking at this machine thinking that it's something a little bit crazy. This machine here actually is what we put the headrest on, and it helps us to take all the air out of the inside of the headrest and get the headrest cushions actually over the top of them. It's a pretty cool process. I don't know if we'll show you in this video because I don't know that we have a vehicle here, but as soon as we do get one, we'll definitely make sure to show you guys that process. I know we've got a video out there that does show kind of the full process of doing a leather kit in a Bronco, I believe. So if you're looking to see a little bit more about leather, check that out on our Facebook or Instagram. Alrighty guys, so back here is our clear bra and window tint bay. This is where a lot of the cool cars that we have in the shop come through. Most of the time we have 6 or 8 guys back here. We've got a couple clear brawing and a couple window tinting at all time. I'll kind of take you through the bay here and let you guys see. Over here we have the clear bra bays on this side of the shop. We've got one tint bay and another tint bay up front, and then we do a lot of our clear bra on the other side of the shop, as well as graphics that we can do up here at the same time. There's a few of our guys that are back here working around. Obviously you can see they're doing a Fusion right now and a Ram for tint. Over here you'd usually have more clear bra trucks or vehicles. We've got a truck getting window tint over here right now just because we're slower this afternoon. It's definitely a cold day here at the shop. But normally we would have another clear bra. Over here is where B, one of our resident managers, works. He does a lot of our graphics that we can do up here, which is gonna be things like two-tones, chrome deletes, some stripe work, but mainly two-tones and chrome deletes. And then he also does a lot of clear bra. So that's awesome. As we move this way, we have our plotter machines, which is what hooks up to our database that has the plotting patterns for all of the vehicles that are out there. So we take a bulk roll of film just like this for tint per se, and we put it on the plotter, pick up the patterns, and then it prints onto the film exactly what we want. So for those of you that are kind of curious of how that works, basically that tint film comes in a big roll, and then we cut it all out, and then they stick the patterns onto the board. We can walk back this way and I'll show you what that kind of looks like on one of our glass boards here. So this here is some of those patterns that they have cut out. Obviously it looks like they're doing two different percentages, and I'm gonna get out of the guy's way as they're working here. But that gives you kind of an idea. So it'll cut out, you know, driver front, driver rear, passenger front, passenger rear, and then back window, sometimes obviously being 3 pieces. Over here you can see there's some more pieces here, but this is how they kind of do it. They lay it onto the boards, they squeegee it out, and then they throw it onto the vehicle. So it's a pretty cool process to watch. I'm sure later on in one of our next videos, you'll be able to see exactly how that process goes all the way through. Maybe one of our guys can walk you through it, but for the sake of the time in the video, we're gonna move on to the next bay. Alrighty guys, so we're gonna move into the bed liner and undercoat bay. This is where we do a lot of our plan work, and obviously bed liners, as I said, on the, well, your right side, you're gonna have our bed liner bay. As you can see, it's kind of like a big house almost inside of our shop. It has to be that way because any little thing can overspray onto every vehicle that we do, especially when in the summertime, if we have the doors open, we have to close them right away because it will just spray all over the place. You can see we've got an F-350 back here, and they're scuffing up a bed right now. Rob's in here, he's getting a bed ready. I don't know if you can see him in there. What they do is they'll go through, they'll scuff the whole bed up and the tailgate, and then they go through and they have a big wand or brush, and they spray the whole bed. They can texture it and do a whole bunch of stuff, so it's actually pretty cool. It comes out of the gun at like 2,000 PSI, and it's 400 degrees, so it's ready to go as soon as it dries out the door. It's a great material. We spray a Marigard is what it is, but most of those bed liners are pretty close to the same as each other. They're all polymer-based coatings. And then as we work our way over to the other side of the shop, this is the side that we do undercoats on. So as you can see, the floor is covered in white, and so is the rack because it gets really messy over here. Tanner, I think, is prepping a bed because it's closer to the end of the day here for us, for Rob to do another one. But usually we would have this lift up in the air, and they have a gun and they'll spray through, getting the whole underside of the truck, obviously everything except for bushings and moving parts. But yeah, it's super nice to have this back here because everything can get done in one shop. Like we say, we're the one-stop shop, so being able to do the undercoat, the bed liner, the rust proof, all that stuff in one area is really good for us. Obviously this is closed off from the rest of our bays because if we didn't have that, you'd see a lot of overspray on the vehicles that are here to get clear bra and window tint done. Other than that, that's pretty much what we do back here. If you guys have any other questions about bed liner or undercoat, drop them down in the comments. I'm sure we'll do more in-depth videos about this as we go along in our film process.